Imagine if a massive chunk of land splits off and tumbles into the sea, or waves as high as 100 feet to sweep away entire cities, or the eruption of a megavolcano may drop the world's temperature so much that we enter a new ice age. This is not a science fiction story, but natural threats which can end human life in a single stroke. Once again, dear viewers, today we will talk about 3 sleeping natural disasters present on the Earth itself, which have the full capability to destroy the world. According to scientists, the arrival of these natural disasters is confirmed, but when will they occur? First of all, we talk about Thwaites Glacier. Thwaites Glacier is a massive ice sheet that currently holds back a significant amount of ice from entering the ocean. If it melts completely, scientists estimate that it could contribute to a sea level rise of around 3 meters, 10 feet. This would have devastating consequences for coastlines around the world. Coastal cities, major cities like Mumbai, New York, Jakarta, Bangkok, Dhaka, and among others, could face significant flooding, displacing millions of people. The disruption of ocean currents could also lead to long-term temperature shifts, affecting agricultural production and water supplies. Now, let's talk about Yellowstone Volcano. Yellowstone Volcano is one of the most famous supervolcanoes in the world, located primarily in the U.S. state of Wyoming, Yellowstone National Park. The volcano has erupted several times in the past, with its most massive eruptions occurring about 640,000, 1.3 million, and 2.1 million years ago. If the Yellowstone supervolcano were to erupt, it would have catastrophic consequences both locally and globally. Locally, the eruption would unleash massive pyroclastic flows, ashfall, and lava, destroying everything within a 30 to 50 mile radius, including cities, forests, and ecosystems. The eruption would cause widespread devastation and make the affected areas uninhabitable for centuries. Globally, the eruption could trigger a volcanic winter by releasing ash and sulfur dioxide into the atmosphere, blocking sunlight and cooling the Earth's temperatures. This cooling would disrupt agriculture, leading to crop failures, food shortages, and potential global famine. Weather patterns would shift unpredictably, causing droughts and excessive rainfall in different regions. Ecologically, ecosystems would be severely damaged, with forests and wildlife destroyed. The recovery of affected areas would take hundreds to thousands of years. The eruption would also result in a humanitarian crisis, displacing millions, causing mass casualties, and overwhelming neighboring regions with refugees. The global economy would collapse, and health issues would arise due to food scarcity and contaminated water. While an eruption is unlikely to happen soon, the potential impact would be disastrous, reshaping both the environment and human society. Now it's turn to talk about Cumbre Vieja Volcano. The Cumbre Vieja Volcano, located on the island of La Palma in the Canary Islands, is known for its most recent eruption in 2021. The tsunami threat associated with Cumbre Vieja Volcano on the island of La Palma has been a major point of concern, especially in light of scientific predictions about the potential for a massive landslide or collapse of part of the volcano into the ocean. One of the worst-case scenarios is the collapse of the western flank of Cumbre Vieja into the Atlantic Ocean, which could generate a mega tsunami. This would be a catastrophic event, although it remains highly debated in the scientific community. If a large part of the western side of the volcano, which is made of relatively unstable rock, were to slide into the sea while creating massive waves. And then these waves could be hundreds of meters high near the coast and would travel across the Atlantic Ocean, potentially reaching the eastern coasts of the United States, the Caribbean, and Western Europe. Although this scenario is considered unlikely, if it did occur, it would have devastating consequences for coastal populations on both sides of the Atlantic,